Production support for the weekly special is provided by Smithville, a local provider of fiber optic-based internet, TV, and phone services. Smithville's quantum fiber optic network allows large amounts of data to travel around the world from local homes and businesses. More at smithville.net. Siam House, offering Thai fine dining and takeout, including stir-fries, curry dishes, and banana fritters as featured in Bon Appetit. Lunch buffet 11 to 3 p.m. weekdays, corner of 4th and Dunn. IU School of Public Health Bloomington, addressing public health needs by preventing disease, promoting health, and improving quality of life across the state and around the world through research, teaching, and community engagement. publichealth.indiana.edu. And WTIU members, thank you.
We are on the road today with the weekly special. Our tank trip takes us to Evansville, Indiana, where we're hanging out right now at Riverfront Park. Lots of stories to get to tonight, wonderful history, so stay tuned for the weekly special. Hi, I'm Pam Thresh.
And I'm Joe Wren, and what a gorgeous day in Evansville, Indiana. Don't you love just getting out in the communities here?
Yes, I am pumped up to be in Evansville today. I mean, last time we were here, we went to the Willard Library, but we didn't really explore the rest of the town.
No, and from what I hear, there's some really great living history.
Yes, I'm excited.
Let's go take a look.
Let's check it out.
Okay. The USS LST-325 was originally commissioned 70 years ago for service in World War II. She and her crew made more than 40 trips from England to France, delivering prisoners, supplies, and wounded. She was present on D-Day when more than 160,000 Allied troops stormed the beaches at Normandy. In 1964, LST-325 was sold to the Greek Navy, and in 1999, after nearly 60 years of service around the world, she was nearing the end of her life.
It was ready for the scrapyard. That's what the Greek Navy was going to do. They were going to scrap this.
And in all fairness, it's understandable why.
Nothing worked on this ship. I don't know how many individuals came to Greece to work on this, but it was quite a few.
They came to work and they came to bring LST-325, purchased from the Greek Navy for $1, home to the United States.
They'd come and they'd go, and then in the end, there were 28 men that made the journey to the United States. So normally the ship had a crew of, back in World War II, of between 110 and 115 crew members plus 7 officers. So you can see what 28 men did by themselves, and they were all senior citizens. It was quite a feat.
She made a prolonged stop for repairs in Mobile, Alabama. Then in 2005, LST-325 was sailed to Evansville, her new home port. And although it was most certainly a day for celebration, it was also the beginning of a lot of work for a lot of dedicated volunteers.
To restore it to its former glory is still a work in progress, and it always will be. Well, everything you see has been restored in some way or another, be it a piece of plating cut out that's been rusted away, it being painted. The list goes on. Everywhere you look on the ship, something has been done to restore it or to make it look as it did back in the days it was built. Everything that you see down in this room is fully operational. This is the machinery we use, the engines we use when we sail the ship. Through this hatch, we'll be going into the auxiliary engine room. This is where the ship's generators are. This is the ship's electrical distribution panel. Some sailors also referred to it as a Frankenstein board. As you can see, there is no hand protection. If a sailor in a rough sea slipped, fell, reached in here to grab something to steady himself, he'd get electrocuted. That's where the majority of our funding goes, is just to keep this ship seaworthy and be able to sail under its own power. It's a never-ending program, and there are thousands and thousands of hours have gone into this.
But the work doesn't end in the engine room. One of the LST's most unique features is also one of its most difficult to maintain.
Where we're standing right now, this is called the bow ramp. This is where vehicles would enter and exit during an amphibious landing. When the ramp is closed, that makes the watertight seal. You can see the gasket there. They bring the ramp up, they dog it down, then they close the doors.
And just behind the bow ramp is the tank deck.
This is the main reason for this ship being built right here. This deck is 30 feet wide by 288 feet long. It will accommodate 20 Sherman tanks in 2 rows of 10. They also had vehicles up on the main deck, and the way they got those up there is above us is the ship's elevator. Vehicles that come in, they drive it up on the elevator until eventually the main deck was full. Then they'd start loading this deck.
Today, LST 325's decks are filled with tourists, not tanks, middle school students instead of military cargo. But she still has a mission.
Our mission is to educate the public. By taking the ship to different ports, that's where we get the funding to keep this ship operational. We might be gone for a month, stop at 4 different cities, and put 40,000 people through this ship in a month's time. There were 1,051 of these built back during World War II. This is the last surviving fully operational LST in the United States and possibly the world. This ship is military correct. And like I say, it's fully operational. We sail the ship every year. The history of that is, when you dwell on it, you can get teary-eyed. You think about the people that landed on Normandy from this ship and gave their lives for the freedoms that we have today. Right now, we're standing on the deck of history. This is history.
If you'd like to visit the LST 325 yourself or just get more information, visit lstmemorial.org.
Pam, what I love about these trips are these national, really big, important history lessons that come alive right here in Indiana.
I know, and I don't know if you know this, but Evansville was a big transportation hub before and during World War II.
Well, that takes us to our next stop, a visit to the Evansville Transportation Museum.
Walking along the Evansville riverfront, you might hear the clanging of an old railroad car. No, it's not the sound of an oncoming train, but of the fun taking place at the Evansville Transportation Museum.
The Ohio River is a major transportation hub for river traffic, and Evansville was a big stop for barges along the Ohio River. And so that made train traffic very important in the Evansville area. All of the transportation here is rooted in Evansville history, so they were either manufactured here in Evansville or used specifically by someone or some department here in Evansville. We have some early transportation history here with the 1880s funeral car, which was used by a local funeral home, along with a steam fire pump that was used by our local fire department. We have a great 1908 060 steam switch engine. It's a Milwaukee engine. The 060 stands for the wheels it has, and so there are 6 wheels in the center, which is pretty typical for this type of train at that time. And it was a steam engine, so it was coal-fired. They would scoop coal in, and the fire would produce steam, and that would get the engine going. We have a 1926 club car, and this club car is special to us. Eisenhower used it to campaign for his presidential election, and then Lady Bird Johnson used it when her husband was running for president. So it's a very special car also, and it's been restored to look exactly like it did when Eisenhower was using it. And then we have a 1900 era caboose, and you can actually get on the steam engine, the club car, and the caboose and explore them.
So whether it's to visit a piece of history or stop next door to explore classic art and interactive science, the Evansville Museum has something for each family member to enjoy.
For more information, visit emuseum.org. So from one section of Evansville history to another, we're here with Matt Rao, who is with the Reitz Home Museum, a beautiful, beautiful home. Tell us about the Reitz family history in town.
The Reitz family name is well known to people here in Evansville because of the family's philanthropy through the 1930s. John Augustus and Gertrude Reitz immigrated here from Prussia. They ended up having a lumber business, which at one time produced more feet of lumber than any other lumber mill in the United States.
What year was it that they actually purchased this home?
This house, they built it in 1870, right at the end of the Civil War. They built this house and they moved here with 8 of their 10 children in 1871.
Okay.
This house is an excellent example of the French Second Empire style here in the United States. And that's a style that was very popular at the end of the Civil War, distinguished especially by the mansard roof, which is the steep part of the roof on the exterior of the building that has the slate roofing on it. I am positive that the Riverside Historic District is the finest historic district in the state of Indiana. The Reitz home is perfectly intact. It was never divided up into apartments or something, and that's part of the reason that everything here is in such pristine condition. The last of the Reitz family lived in this home. Christina Reitz, she died here in 1931, and at that time the house was inherited by some nieces and nephews, and they gifted the property to the Diocese of Evansville. Bishop Grimmelsman, he moved here until his death in 1974, and at that time the Catholic Diocese decided to make a gift to the Reitz Home Preservation Society, which was formed to preserve the house and its contents for a museum for history education.
It's absolutely gorgeous from the get-go. Tell us about some of the highlights in the house.
Well, great care has been taken to restore many of these hand-painted ceilings that are here in this house. We have a great collection of furnishings from the Victorian period. Many of the furnishings that we have here in the house are original pieces that belong to the Reitz family. Collections of paintings and decorative arts from the 19th century, including porcelain and glass. Floors and the paneling contain rare woods from all over the world that the Reitz family had access to because they were in the lumber business.
And if people would like to get more information, travel down here for a museum tour, how can they get that information?
Please visit our website. It's reitzhome.com, and I think you'll find everything that you would need there to plan a visit.
Well, Matt, thank you so much for all the information and for the tour. We look forward to checking it out some more throughout the day. And the craftsmanship, as you've shown us, is absolutely beautiful in this house. But we're going to go to another story with a little more modern day twist to craftsmanship. Let's check out a guitar maker.
What started me off with wanting to build guitars was basically my dissatisfaction with factory-made guitars. I found that they were limiting in the sounds that you could get out of them. Someone told me about Roberto Venn, School of Luthery, and when I walked in, I saw people my age making these guitars, and I was just floored, and I said to myself, I have to do this. If they can do it, I can do it. Like with architecture, a building is a building, a structure is a structure, and with guitars, a guitar is a guitar. I basically make guitars that I want to play, and then hopefully somebody else wants to play them too. One luthier's instincts are going to be a little bit different than another's. And that's the one thing about guitar making in lutherie, is that there's more than one way to build an instrument. And that all has to do with feel and your hearing, and a lot of it sometimes is I'll pick up a piece of wood and I'll just tap on it. Basically, you want to know what woods are going to have more tone than other woods, and for instance, maple is going to have a nice long sustain, but it's going to have a lot of treble in there, whereas mahogany is not going to have as much sustain. It's going to be warm. Those are all going to give you different sounds. And the thing to do is just to build and try out all those combinations and find out which combination has the best response overall. I do try to give each guitar its own personality. No two guitars are the same. You know, I might see an image, I might just be doodling. You know, wow, that's a great shape. I need to use that as an inlay on the guitar. I might see a guitar shape that is manufactured at a factory, and I said I can improve upon that. You know, it's just by experimenting and trying new things with every guitar. Yeah, one of my favorite parts of making guitars when I have a perfectly set, as far as humanly possible, you know, down to the 64th. You know, once that lines up and you know you have no gaps on that joint, then you know that guitar is going to be a success. I mean, develop this concept in your brain and you've executed it onto paper, and now it becomes a physical, actual, almost like a living thing. And when you pull it off, it's like, you know, you're that much further along, I guess, in your life's journey, if you will. And you know, it's a great feeling of satisfaction and accomplishment not only with each guitar, but each individual task. You know, I put the binding on perfect. I cut that fret slot perfect. You know, especially when you pull something off for the first time that you weren't sure whether, you know, it was going to work or how it was going to sound, and it sounds beautiful, and then you're like, you know, and have it, and then it's even better when everybody else goes, yes, you know. It's a journey of self-awareness. It's a cosmic journey. It's like Zen. While I can describe it in 1,000 words, you have to go through it yourself in order to know what it's really like.
Well, hi, Don. Thanks for having us here at the Hilltop Inn restaurant in Evansville, Indiana. I hear one of the oldest restaurants, if not the oldest restaurant, here in Evansville.
Yes, I guess we are the oldest restaurant in Evansville since 1839.
Wow, and a great history.
Yes.
Tell me about some of the things that happened here at this place.
Well, it was originally built as a stagecoach stop, and the side that we're standing on here was the general store feed store. On the opposite side over was the saloon, the dining room for the travelers. The second and third floors were the rooms for the travelers.
And I also hear that there's something that's a little bit different, special that you serve that I've never heard anywhere else. You have a special sandwich.
Yes, we do, and it was the jumbo brain sandwich.
Brain sandwich.
Brain sandwich.
And where did this come from?
Just an old German recipe. At one point we were using the beef brain, and then after the mad cow incident, they pulled those from the market, and so we switched over to the pork brains.
And people order this and enjoy the brain sandwich?
Oh, absolutely.
And they come from all over?
All over. New Zealand, Australia, Japan.
Wow, absolutely amazing. But you've been eating brain sandwiches all your life?
I've been eating brains all my life. I never really had a brain sandwich until I was a teenager. I grew up with scrambled eggs and brains, which was my favorite breakfast because my two little sisters wouldn't touch them, so I got extra.
Great. Well, Pam's sitting over there and she's dying to have a brain sandwich, and I know I would love to try one.
Okay.
What do you think?
I think you should go for it.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay.
All right. Oh, here it comes.
All right.
Here we go.
Here we go, Joe.
Oh, wow,
Pam.
Interesting. Look at that,
There you
Pam.
go.
What do you think, huh? Here, you take this half. I'll try this one. Oh, it's still warm. Huh, you see that? Oh, it's not bad at all.
No.
No, it's
Very eggy. And,
and you can see it's breaded.
yes.
No, not bad. I like it. Well, this was really good. Thank you so much for your time today.
Well,
Really
I appreciate y'all
it.
stopping in. All right, thank you.
Well, while we finish our brain sandwiches, we're going to go to another place that not necessarily is going to serve these, but things a little bit more like hamburgers and hot dogs.
Thank you.
It's opening day for baseball, and excitement drifts through the air like the smell of hot dogs and hamburgers sizzling on a grill. Droves of people moving through the turnstiles are anxious to get inside the hallowed ground of America's favorite pastime. The crack of the bat proclaims summer has arrived in southern Indiana, where ball teams boast nostalgic parks. Old-time baseball parks are a rarity as they make way to corporate suites, jumbotron scoreboards, and large concourses. But not in Evansville. Only 2 professional baseball parks are older, Wrigley Field in Chicago and Fenway Park in Boston. It's part of the charm that draws people to the games.
There is a passion for baseball. Every night you treat like opening night. It's always someone's first time coming to Bosse Field, and so you just want them to have the best time possible. I like to say that we're creating memories 9 innings at a time, and that's what it's all about, is just making sure that someone not only has an enjoyable time, but will want to come back again.
The Evansville Otters play in the Frontier League, a league that started in 1993 with 8 teams, now has grown to 12. Drawing almost 1.5 million fans across the Midwest.
I just like baseball, and they do good here, and they have a nice ballpark.
I tell everyone, it's just like going to one of the movies. You know, you have a good time from the time you get here to the time you leave.
After the game, the kids can run the bases, they can meet the players will sign autographs. It's just a really family-friendly atmosphere as well. You don't really have to worry about language or what your children will be seeing, and you won't spend all of your money on food and tickets.
The same can be said in Huntingburg, about 7 miles south of Jasper, where the Du Bois County Bombers play. They are a part of the brand new 11-team Prospect League. They hope to be the elite Wooden Bat Summer Baseball League in the nation.
They basically come out here to prove to pro scouts, to people at the next level, that they can hit with a wood bat or they can pitch with a wood bat. So when they get here in the summer, that's pretty well their goal to prove that.
Jay says minor league teams such as the Bombers do feel a ripple effect of the ailing economy.
We feel like the economy has actually helped us to an extent because there's less people traveling to the markets around here, the Cincinnati Reds, the St. Louis Cardinals, on trips like that to see baseball. More people really staying at home in the area to see local baseball and also enjoy the kind of unique setup and kind of nostalgic atmosphere that we have here.
The Bombers play at League Stadium, another historic ballpark. Stepping inside here feels like taking a leap back in time. A perfect setting for a movie.
Penny Marshall and Bill Groom showed up one day, and I knew they were coming. I couldn't tell anybody. We met them up here. Penny Marshall just had a ball cap on and pretty casually dressed, and she looked over the place and walking around. And then they let us know about a week later they wanted to look at this area as a site.
The original ball field and grandstand were renovated and expanded in 1991 by Columbia Pictures for the filming of the movie A League of Their Own.
That sounded good.
Movie stars are just like us. Tom Hanks was we played catch at night. He just, he'd come talk to him. He didn't put on any airs. He's just a normal guy that happens to be a big movie star. We have tourists every day during the summertime come in, just want to see the signs, but get their picture taken.
They also shot on location in Evansville at Bosse Field, where parts of the movie set paintings are still there. But it's the intimacy of the game that keeps fans in the seats. The players don't take that for granted either.
We're running around working hard, so I mean that's why. Yeah, it's as redundant as it gets, over and over and over again. My dad's in the office building right now. There's nothing better than what I get to do every day.
Sean Thompson is in his first year pitching for the Otters. He was drafted in the 5th round by the San Diego Padres in 2002 and spent some time with the Royals and Rockies before signing to play in Evansville.
I love to win, and I just like being around the field and being around the game. There's just too many guys and too many things. I've made so many lifelong friends just being here, and I met these guys 2 weeks ago. It's just, that's how easy it can be on a baseball field. To see kids that excited about the game, it keeps us coming to the game. It helps me wake up every morning. That's why I like Sundays, because those are day games, those are kids' days. They come out there screaming, they're having fun.
Wow, what a great trip to Evansville. Did you have a good time today?
I had a great time, as always, Joe, and the people have been so very friendly today, too.
They have, and there's so much more to do, not only here in Evansville, but all over the state. Just go to our website, theweeklyspecial.org, or join us on Facebook. We can learn a lot more about the great Hoosier State and things to do.
Absolutely, and we're going to go explore more. In the meantime, thanks for joining us. Have a great night.
See you next time.
Production support for the weekly special is provided by Smithville, a local provider of fiber optic-based internet, TV, and phone services. Smithville's quantum fiber optic network allows large amounts of data to travel around the world from local homes and businesses. More at smithville.net. Siam House, offering Thai fine dining and takeout, including stir-fries, curry dishes, and banana fritters as featured in Bon Appetit. Lunch buffet 11 to 3 p.m. weekdays, corner of 4th and Dunn. IU School of Public Health Bloomington, addressing public health needs by preventing disease, promoting health, and improving quality of life across the state and around the world through research, teaching, and community engagement. publichealth.indiana.edu. And WTIU members, thank you.